For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Christy Benner Show, currently joined by Wheeling University head volleyball coach Christy Benner. And Christy, a tough opening weekend for you guys, but you played really hard at the West Florida Invitational. Go 1-2. Talk about that opening tournament and kind of what it was like for you guys.
I think it's a great tournament. It always is. There's some great teams there, top 10 teams, which I think that our team needed to see. And there were 3 different teams that we played that gave us good look at a lot of our kids that got in there.
And your first match against West Florida, a ranked team, you take them all the way to 5 sets, really close in that 5th set. Having that experience and playing so well against a ranked team, what confidence did that give your girls moving through the weekend?
Well, it does. I do think it gives, a confidence that they can play with these teams and they can beat these teams, because I feel like we could have easily won that match and let it slip through our fingers. But I do think that, especially some of our young kids getting that confidence to go out and what they're going to see down the road too.
And you mentioned some of those young kids getting in on the action. Katie Wilking had a pretty big weekend, as well as a few others on the freshman class. Talk about them and how they kind of jumped right into action.
Right, yeah. I think when they were called upon and they did a good job, we had a couple start right off the bat and mixed some of them around. And Katie had a very nice weekend, very solid weekend for her first weekend out. So I'm really proud of them.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head volleyball coach Christy Benner. And Christy, on the offensive side, in terms of the veterans, Tyler Yeoman had another big weekend, picking up right where she left off from last year. What's been key to her success and her growth?
Well, I think just last year's performance by Tyla just really gave her just that confidence. It was the first year that she just came out of the blocks just being our go-to player to lead us in kills last year and to have the year that she did. So this year we expect big things from her, and paired with Riley on the pins, and then Maddie and Carly all doing their job from last year. So we're looking to them to lead us with getting these freshmen and younger kids in to help us.
And you guys are getting ready for your second straight trip to Florida for this Palm Beach Atlantic tournament. Going back to the Sunshine State and seeing more of these teams that are in the upper echelon, how does that help you, and how do you kind of grow from one tournament to the other?
I do think it's important to see teams that we're not going to see along the way and along the season. You never know if we could face these teams later on in the season come playoff times, because that's what we're thinking about all the time. How can we get there? How can we get to the Elite Eight? How can we win another national championship? We're always thinking of those things. So I like seeing things that are out of our region, seeing teams that are different than us, that are different than our region. And I think it just gives us a better understanding of what we need to do to get where we want to go.
And going on the thought of seeing these teams that you don't always usually see, we're going to get to your random question of the day. What's your favorite away school that you've ever been to?
Oh, that is so random. Okay, favorite away school that I've ever been to. So let's think. I really like West Florida. I like that tournament, and I like the area. It's probably my favorite just because we've gone there so many times, and it's my favorite area there on the beach. I really liked always going to Shepherd too, because I felt that it was kind of nostalgic going over to the other Panhandle area, and that drive, we used to always go in October, so the leaves were really pretty, and you go across the Antietam battlefield, so kind of neat to go to Shepherd as well. So.
And finally, what are you looking for your girls this weekend, growing from that first tournament as they move into the second tournament? What can they improve on? What are some of the things you're working on?
Well, I do think that we can improve on just about everything. I think limiting our errors is a big progress in what we need to do. And I think with young players, too, you have to talk about the errors. I also think that, blocking, serve, receive, those all can, tighten up and get better and keep working things we can keep working on. So.
Thanks, Christy. Good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Zach.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.